All right. Well, let's go ahead and get started then. Let me go ahead and call this special meeting of the Santa Ana City Council to order for February 12th, 2021. Good morning, everybody. It's good to have you all with us. Chuckman Amoy, it's New Year's, and we want to make sure we recognize that. Let me just start by just doing this recognition that we are meeting today in accordance with the California Governor's Order, Executive Order number 25-20 regarding the Brown Act and guidance from the California Department of Public Health on gatherings. So this meeting is taking place entirely by teleconference via Zoom. The council chambers are closed. The public is accessing the meeting via the Santa Ana YouTube channel or the city's website. Council members and I, along with the city manager, the city attorney, the city clerk, and the executive team are all in different locations. So once again, please bear with us as technology may disrupt the flow of this meeting. That's always something that could happen. So thank you all for your patience. I want to thank staff, especially the city manager's office, for facilitating this meeting. Let me go ahead and have the clerk call roll so we can officially make sure all of us are present.
Councilmember Becerra.
Here.
Councilmember Hernandez.
Present.
Councilmember Lopez.
Here.
Councilmember Mendoza.
Here.
Councilmember Fan.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Peñalosa.
Here.
Mayor Sarmiento.
Here. Thank you, everybody. Let's go ahead and I'll go ahead and have you follow me in the Pledge of Allegiance before we start this meeting. So if you'll all please rise, face the flag, and please repeat after me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Great. So, Madam Clerk, do we have any members of the public that would wish to address the council at this time?
No, we do not, and we did not receive any written communication.
Great. Why don't we, I guess we'll be recessing this portion of the meeting to consider the single item on the agenda, which is to consider the goals and objectives in relation to the city manager pursuant to Government Code Section 54957. So do we stay on, Madam Clerk? Do you clear the room, or do we have to pop off and come back on?
No, I will disconnect my other device so we are no longer the public will no longer hear us.
Great. Why don't you go ahead and do that and let us know when you're back.
It's live? Okay, so yes, we're live.
Great. So actually, before we recess into closed session, let me just make these brief remarks for the record and so they can be included in the minutes. So we're meeting today in closed session to develop some performance expectations for the city manager, Christine Ridge, for future goals and strategic priorities for her and her management team. So I think it's been almost 2 years that the city manager has been with us. I'm not sure I lost track, Christine, but I know it's close to that. And we haven't had a chance to really sit down with you, either the previous council or the present council, to talk about strategic goals and expectations. So this session is really critical for all of us to provide clear and defined guidance to the city manager and her team and staff, because we have to have some measurable goals when we go into further performance evaluation for the city manager. So it's important that all of us give her our thoughts and she shares with us, her expectations, especially in advance of the budget discussions that we're going to be having. So we're going to try to identify some priorities, and she can help us identify her priorities and look at those so they can be presented during open session. So what we discuss and what she discusses with us will come back to the public for additional public input and commentary from members of public, and that will provide the council an opportunity to adjust any goals that she may have and integrate them in our 5-year strategic plan. So as you all know, we have some principles that guide us at the city, and those are governed by the strategic plan and some of the guidance that we have there. But we want to provide some ongoing, maybe more specific direction that may not be included within that strategic plan. Just as you know, as I see this, it's kind of a living document. It's a living process. I mean, priorities change. Nobody knew back when we were doing a strategic plan early on that we were going to be dealing with a pandemic, that we were going to be dealing with changing conditions in our city. So I think it's good that we do this, especially since this council is relatively new with one another, and we've had 3 new members of the council, and I think the existing council has 2 years or less time on this serving. So I think this is a good moment that we give some direction. We try to make our team and our staff as efficient as possible. To the extent that they have 7 of us, we're giving direction 7 different ways. It confuses us, it confuses staff for the success of the organization, both for the policymakers and for the professional staff. It really is important that we have some defined goals, and to the extent we can achieve those and present those to the public, obviously, so they can comment to us and we can make those adjustments. I think that's the real objective for today. So I want to stop speaking so we can go in and listen to the city manager and listen to those expectations, and hopefully have us share some thoughts with her. So with that now, Madam Clerk, why don't we go ahead with those remarks being concluded? Why don't we go ahead and recess and close session? And I believe we're going to give ourselves till about 11 o'clock, hopefully right around there, to wrap up. If we wrap up earlier, that's not a bad thing, but at least that time so we can report something out to the public and let them know that we will come back to them so they can continue to have us adjust any priorities and goals and objectives that we may come up with.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. Okay.
Recess at 8:12.
Okay, Mayor and council members, we are public. We're live.
Great, thank you, Madam Clerk, and thank you, Madam City Attorney and Madam City Manager. So we are back from recess from our closed session. I just wanted to report out that the City Council established some goals and objectives and strategic priorities in order to evaluate performance by the City Manager in the future. The public will have an opportunity to review these and provide some input, so the council can consider how we can adjust the 5-year strategic plan based upon some of these conversations with the City Manager. I want to thank our facilitators that helped us work with the City Manager so she could identify where the priorities are so far to date, and then for her to provide her opinion on some of those as well. So I do want to thank everybody for joining. I know it's a Friday morning. As somebody said, now it's sunny, so we kind of got together during the gloomy part of the day. So I will now go ahead and adjourn the meeting and wish everybody a great weekend, a great President's Day weekend, and let you all know that the next City Council meeting will be held on Tuesday, February 16th. So with that, thank you all. Thank you for the time.
Thank you.